After 28 years, investigators may soon have their best evidence yet in the murder of a Fort Dodge man. It was a Halloween night crime that stunned the community. But as Channel 13's Aaron Brillbeck reports, DNA technology could solve this cold case.
It's a cold case Halloween horror story. An elderly man murdered in his own home here in Fort Dodge. The killer is still on the loose. It was October 30th, 1982. 69-year-old Marvin Brandland and his wife Ethel were handing out candy to trick-or-treaters here in their Fort Dodge home when a knock came at the door. Someone wearing a pillowcase with holes cut out for eyes was standing outside. Ethel playfully tried to lift the case, thinking it might be a relative playing a joke, but the person held it down. As Ethel went inside to get the candy, the person followed, then pulled out a gun and ordered the couple to the basement where they kept a safe. When they got to the kitchen, Mr. Brandland tried to take the gun away and was shot in the throat. The couple's granddaughter had been at the house just moments before.
I just told her, I'd see her later, and I almost went back in the house to tell her not to answer the door after 7:30, because that was what they said, and it haunts me to this day that I didn't.
Mr. Brandland was rushed to the hospital where he died on the operating table. The family still remembers getting the news.
You go numb, and and then I have to take my grandma back to the house to get medicines, and you walk in and you're just in belief that it's happened until you see the blood, and then you know it's real.
God works in mysterious ways, and you just wonder why. Why would God allow this to happen?
As the months passed and the killer remained free, the loneliness took its toll on Ethel. Thanksgiving Day, surrounded by family, she broke down. She died a few months later.
She was eating, she just quit eating, and she broke down, and she cried and cried and cried, and and I'm gonna never forget when they carried her out in the chair, and we always say she died of a broken heart because she didn't want to be by herself.
Yeah.
What makes this case especially disturbing, the family believes they know who the killer is, an acquaintance of the family. At the request of investigators, we are not releasing the name, but police tell us this is the prime suspect. There just wasn't enough evidence to make an arrest.
Everybody that was on the department, everybody in town wanted this case solved at the time it happened, and we wanted to get it to a point that not only can you charge somebody, but that you can take the case to trial and get a conviction and not leave anything to doubt there. And the case just never, the detectives couldn't get it to that point.
But that might change soon. A key piece of evidence was found at the scene. Family members wondered, if evidence was found and police have a suspect in mind, why couldn't the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation do a DNA test? Well, we asked, and now DCI tells us right now they're testing the evidence and hope to have some answers soon.
I don't know exactly how long. I think they're hoping that within the next 30 days they'll have some type of information. But then again, if it's part of an ongoing criminal investigation, it could remain confidential. So, even though we know the results, we may not be able to release that information.
That's the information family members were hoping for, so that finally, after 28 years, they can have peace.
And when you take a tragedy like that, and it's just taken away from the family, it's just, it'll always be with you. You never forget it.
Aaron Brillbeck reporting. Investigators have asked us not to release details about the evidence found at the scene because it could jeopardize their investigation. But they are asking anyone who knows anything about the case to call police. And if you'd like to learn more about unsolved crimes around the state, we've put a link to iowacoldcases.org on our website. Visit WHOTV.com and then click the As Seen on Channel 13 link located at the top of the page.